Warning: sensitive images.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
We used to go out and we'd talk to people with the screen showing what was going on in the factory farms. And the number one excuse to me was we didn't know where to eat, or we're trying, but there's nothing we could eat. So that kind of stuck with me. So I'm like, okay, if maybe that's the way to get through to them. Maybe not tell them stop eating animals, but maybe just say, why don't you try this instead? Kind of from a loving standpoint.
Continue watching to find out more.
Non-vegan leader, your karma is too heavy. It will drag you to hell for sure.
Greetings, noble viewers, I'm Anis, the friendly and welcoming people of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana send you their love and best wishes. May your lives be filled with God's blessings. Welcome to our show entitled De la Tierra Vegan Food, From the Earth by David Martinez, Vegan, Part 1 of 2. Today we are pleased to feature the animal people advocate, founder and owner of De la Tierra plant-based vegan food, David Martinez, Vegan. David serves delicious vegan fare in his purpose-built food truck to people at various San Jose, California locations, including pop-up events, farmer markets, and other catering engagements. His specialty is vegan Mexican food. Like many people, David Martinez became vegan after discovering the needless suffering of animal people. A pivotal experience for him was attending a pig vigil with the non-profit Animal Alliance Network based in Los Angeles, California, USA.
What inspired me to become vegan was I stopped eating meat because I felt addicted. But what changed for me was when I went to LA to witness a slaughterhouse. It was with Animal Alliance. We stopped the trucks and we gave them a little bit of water and, documented what was happening. So it was right before they would go into the slaughterhouse. So try to show them a little bit of love. But there, you can feel the energy from the pigs. Like you're looking into their eyes and you see they're, just like us. But that really changed everything. From there, it was for the animals.
The Pig People Vigils that Animal Alliance Network organizes bear witness to the suffering of pig babies who are crammed into transport trucks without room to move easily. Also, pig people can drink 3 to 5 gallons or 13.5 to 23 liters of water each day. They travel to slaughterhouses without being given any food or water, often for days. David shares more about this experience.
Well, it's terrible. They're in the trucks. I don't know what state they were coming from, but it was a long ride. They were scared, and even us taking pictures of them, they didn't know what was going on. Now they just see all these lights. We're trying to document it, but you could just feel the fear from them. And it's sad. Some of them weren't even taking water. We were there to document it, so we want to show other people, but it's scary because you feel it. I could still hear it. If anybody says like bacon or anything, it's like I could still see those eyes.
David Martinez also volunteers with different vegan organizations, including Anonymous for the Voiceless, which organizes Youth of Truth to educate the public about the suffering that animal people raised for food are forced to endure.
We used to go out and we'd talk to people with the screens showing what was going on in the factory farms. And the number one excuse to me was we didn't know where to eat, or we're trying, but there's nothing we could eat. So that kind of stuck with me. So I'm like, okay, if maybe that's the way to get through to them. Maybe not tell them stop eating animals, but maybe just say, why don't you try this instead? Kind of from a loving standpoint.
When David transitioned to the vegan diet, he began to notice that there weren't always food options available for him.
I would go to festivals and there was nothing for me or the community to eat. A lot of people don't know what veganism is. So I wanted to have a safe space for vegans, because I know when I go Mexican, a lot of Mexican food, so rice, a lot of people use chicken broth. Some people use lard for the beans, so I would ask them, and I wasn't sure. I want my place to be a safe space for vegans. Everybody inside the truck, we don't eat meat, we don't use animal products, so I want you to come and feel safe. So I wanted to be at these festivals just around town and provide vegan food for the customers, yeah.
This inspired David Martinez to found the La Tierra Vegan Foods. He explains the great rationale behind the business name.
So the La Tierra in Spanish, it means from the earth. So that's why I wanted the business to be called that. So basically everything grown from the earth.
He also explains how his Mexican ancestors didn't eat much meat in the past.
I've been told, how are you Mexican if you don't eat meat? Our ancestors didn't eat that much meat. We ate grains and beans, stuff like that. I feel like the younger people are a lot more open to it than some of the older people.
The COP16 International Conference on Global Warming was held in Cancun, Mexico in 2010 at the invitation of the Mexican government. Supreme Master Shanghai Vegan attended the event. She took the opportunity to carry out media interviews to remind Mexican citizens and the global audience that the vegan diet is the best solution to climate change.
First of all, we had to refresh a little bit ourselves about this solution to save the planet. That is the vegan diet and the sustainable energy and to plant more trees. These are doable, especially the vegan diet. Everyone can do it because the vegan diet, everyone can do it. It's employ also the most sustainable way of life, and then we will have time to develop more techniques to halt climate change. And meanwhile, the vegan diet will stop the climate from further warming, and the trees will help absorb carbon from the atmosphere. We can regain the moisture and stability for our climate.
Our deepest gratitude to Supreme Master Shanghai for sharing her wisdom. We pray that all people will soon awaken and realize that the vegan lifestyle is the only way to save our world and the animal friends.
Vegan, cause if we can stop the suffering but don't, that's cowardice.
We are going to pause for a moment to enjoy a delicious vegan dessert. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show, De la Tierra Vegan Food from the Earth by David Martinez, Vegan, Part 1 of 2. Through his business, De la Tierra plant-based vegan foods, David shows people that there are cruelty-free and accessible vegan alternatives to eating innocent and helpless animal people. His commitment to this compassionate plant-based diet helped him to create the business, which has been a learning process.
And I would cook for myself, but once I started the business, it was basically my mom's recipes. So I just veganized what she was making already at our home growing up. My mom would, we would practice at home. So she'd make the sauces and I'd do the jackfruit and, wash it, clean it, figure out how to do all that stuff. And then once it was good, then we started making the tamales. So that was the first thing that we introduced with De la Tierra.
David Martinez decided to start the vegan food truck De la Tierra in San Jose, California, USA in 2019. Not long before the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. It was a tough time to maintain a plant-based food company. However, it ended up being an opportunity for David to learn and structure the business.
So I started in 2019 in August, but I was so new that I don't really know any other except for, the COVID lockdown. So we were doing pop-ups. And right when COVID hit, I was able to get into the farmers market. So luckily, farmers markets was one of the few things that were able to remain open. But it was different. A lot of people weren't coming out, people were staying home. But I kind of see it as a positive because I hadn't been in the restaurant business. I feel like it was slow and it allowed me to learn at my pace. And who knows how it would have been otherwise, but it's how it went. And I'm learning as I'm going.
As well as providing vegan cuisine, David's food truck allows him to encourage people to try the vegan diet.
I feel that being in the truck gets me a different insight. We go to these festivals. We just did one, it was a Christmas festival in Vasona Lake Park. It was so packed. So there was, I believe, maybe like 20 trucks. And I was out looking at the setup and then I see somebody walk by and they're like, oh, why is the vegan truck empty? So many people look at the truck and in their head, they're like, that's not for me. So I always try to be out there and talk to them and let them know, have you tried it? Have you done it? And I try to give them samples. It's also rewarding too, because I have had people open up to me and tell me that their doctors have told them to cut down on some of the meat, and I tell them that's why we're here. Try this and, hopefully you like it.
David runs the vegan business not only to provide delicious vegan food, but also he regularly reminds himself that he is doing it out of love for animal people who are his true source of motivation.
So my motivation, and I have to always remember why I started, is the animals. If I see anything that has to do with that, it's hard to watch, but then it reminds me why I started it. So if I see anything that has to do with animal cruelty, I want to be there. So we just did an event yesterday at the hospital It's a farmer's market. There was some people there, they really appreciated us being there. And a lot of people reading the quotes on the truck. Obviously the business has to make money, but it does drive me. The purpose of it is for the animals and to spread veganism. I want everybody to have vegan options, and I want everybody to buy vegan food. We're trying to spread a message with the truck. I never thought I would be in the food business, but this is to spread knowledge about what's going on.
Thank you, David Martinez, for venturing into the vegan food business to help save our animal friends. We are grateful for your efforts to provide nutritious plant-based cuisine while inspiring others to live the compassionate vegan lifestyle. We wish Mr. Martinez every success in his noble work promoting a cruelty-free world. For more information on De La Tierra or David Martinez, please visit facebook.com/De La Tierra Vegan Food.
Ethically, all unnecessary methane sources have to be cut as fast and far as feasible. That means global veganization is now a survival imperative. Dr. Peter Carter, MD, Vegan.
Discerning viewers, it has been a pleasure to have your presence for today's program. Please join us again next week on Tuesday, February 28th for part 2 of our show. Coming up next is Awakening to Spiritual Awareness, part 2 of 14 on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May we all become more caring to all animal people by embracing them with kindness, safety, and love.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Chương trình của chúng tôi cung ứng nhiều ngôn ngữ. Xin xem suprememastertv.com/schedule và suprememastertv.com/VEG.